I'm leaving for Japan in 2 days to work on a photo book, and this is everything I need to make it. 1 camera, 2 lenses, and a tripod. And the reason I can travel this light is because I'm not shooting everything. I'm making something very specific. The book is called Seasons. Not in the literal sense. Put simply, it's a story about how places change and remain over time. Some things are changing very rapidly, while others remain as they've always been. I'm photographing traces of people without showing people. Work gear, lights left on, and evidence of routine. I'm photographing surfaces that show time, rust, weathering, nature taking over, and quiet infrastructure. Roads, buildings, the systems of daily life that nobody thinks twice about. Things of that nature. There are a few more categories in this, but I'll touch on those at a later date. In the fall of 2024, I shot the first round of photos over the course of 5 weeks, just kind of feeling it out and photographing what I was naturally drawn to. I came home with thousands of raw files and narrowed it down to around 40 selects so far. That's also how I was able to get specific about the types of images that I'm making and the overall premise of the book. I noticed patterns in what I was naturally drawn to, named them, and then added some more to support the story. Things might expand, but this gives me direction with creative freedom as opposed to a rigid shot list. I fill each category with several images so that I have options later of what will make the final sequence. So this trip is different. I know what I'm looking for now, and that focus is what lets me pack this light. At the center of the operation is the Canon R5. Great battery life, autofocus, image stabilization, and weather sealing. I know it inside and out. When I need to get a job done, I do treat making this book as a serious project. I need a camera that lets me focus entirely on creating. I don't need a second one or a film camera. I travel light so the gear doesn't weigh down on my shoulders or my attention. The 24-105 is my do-it-all lens, and I anticipate this being on my camera most of the time. Wide environmental frames at 24, medium transitions at 50, and tight details at 85 in an instant. I get the full range without swapping lenses around all the time. In reviewing my selects, I noticed that I'm lacking in the tight details department. Most of my frames are quite wide and environmental, but I'm missing those finer textural details. I have a few, but not a lot. So I'm gonna make sure that when I shoot a scene this time, I also punch in after and get a tighter detail frame to have as an alternate or a supporting image. And the zoom is helpful for this. I treat it like a bag of prime lenses. Most of the time I know if I want a shot to be 35 or 85, so I set it there and zoom with my feet. And because I'm usually shooting at f8 and above for this project, I want that environmental context. The f4 aperture is plenty. When your visual language, as in your creative choices like focal lengths and depth of field, is dialed in, you don't need to carry all of that extra stuff just in case. I have no reason to bring a flash or drone, for example, because they just don't fit this project. Even at night, the f4 aperture is fine because I have this, the Manfrotto Be-Free. And this might be the most important piece. For the last 6 months or so, I've been shooting most of my personal work on a tripod, and it's completely changed how I shoot. It forces me to slow down, to commit, and to observe instead of react. And that's where this book lives, in observation, a slow-paced, boots-on-the-ground perspective. A lot of the photos live in that world of documentary still lifes and landscapes of everyday scenes, so the tripod works for that slower pace. It also means I can shoot at night with the zoom lens at f8, low ISO, and whatever shutter speed I need. I'm not going to be using it all the time, but I'll definitely be using it more than I have on past Japan trips, which was 0. My process has just changed over the last year or so, shooting more often around Ontario. The last piece of kit is the 35 f1.8 on the camera right now. This is my prime lens of choice these days. It's about half the size of the zoom, which is great for staying discreet. But because the work isn't very people-focused, I don't see it coming out as often as it normally would. I'm still bringing it anyway because some days I like to just have one focal length. It'll serve as a reset button for the days that I'm feeling less creatively inspired or when things start to look kind of samey. Flipping over to a prime lens helps me reset and start to look at things differently again. Also, as I'm still early in the bookmaking process, this is a long-term project I'm working on over years, I do still want the option available for shallow depth of field. If I see it as something that could add to the texture or feeling of the visual story when it's included every now and then. I'm bringing the standard extra stuff like my laptop and SSDs so I can make daily backups, selects, and keep track of my thoughts and progress every day. I'll be sharing live updates over on Instagram, as well as weekly roundups of photos and about the book process over on my free newsletter, links in the description down below. I also have the DJI Action 5, so I can record BTS for YouTube and share the process with you. So expect a lot more in the field videos in the near future. But for the actual photography kit, one camera, one zoom, one prime, and a tripod. That's everything I need for this project. The direction is dialed in, now we just go, stay curious, observant, and execute. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for future content about this project. Next time I see you, it'll be in the field in Japan. Peace.